Alright, boys, this is for the YouTube. It's been a while since I've done a trade recap, but I'm going to start doing them every day because I'm actually journaling my trades now. Not that I need to, but I just figured I'm going to do it. But here's a trade for the day. I'll explain it in 1 second, but this is the trade. It was a nice short. This was the all-time high right here. But nice little short off of OTE down to the 4 minute intermediate low. If you see, that's why I didn't target all the way down here. It would have edged the shit out of the TP, but um, it was a 3.8 R, so I just ran a static 10-point stop. Could have got stop here to go for a 4.5, but I don't really care that much. Basically, the entire trade idea was based off of, let's look here for the 10 a.m. open, which was this candle. And what am I going to be looking for with 10 a.m. open? Manipulation. Where's the manipulation? This leg, you could see. We get the deviations. We don't get a reaction off of the -1. And we do get a reaction off the 1.5, which I can expect a reaction off of because we didn't get a reaction off the 1. So knowing that, I can look for price to want to respect this high and not want to trade back up to it, especially considering that this candle right here was a rejection block and we never got a body close above it right here. You can see we actually never got a body close even above the CE of it. I believe it was really close. Wrong one. This one. Yeah, we never got a body close above the CE of this rejection block. So knowing that, I can take a short with my entry being an OTE leg with a rejection. As you can see exactly played out. Right off that 0.705, we wicked through 0.618. We barely closed above the 0.5. And I took my entry basically at the very end of this candle when it ended up coming down and closing here. And my entry was right here. Decent entry, not too bad. And you can see we just immediately deliver. My break even was going to be at these relative equal lows. I thought for sure this was going to be a break even trade, to be honest. But we got really good delivery, and I was really happy with it. And you can see that we go straight through the break even, right to TP. And we actually edged the fuck out of this 5 minute. So glad I didn't TP down there. But that would have been stretching it to almost 5 hours. So that was my one trade for the day on my fundeds. I made, how much did I make? I made 1.4k across 7 apexes. So whatever the math is on that, like 9.8k. Obviously it's not a payout yet, but 9.8k to the bank, and that was like a really good trade to build the buffer. I also took a short from NFP highs, which was after it was on NQ. NQ looks a little bit different. It was on NQ. We had NFP highs right here. You can see we just went through it. But this is on my top step evals. If you follow me, you know I blew the shit out of my live account. But this was to half pass 5 top steps accounts, and stop loss was here. This, and it was a 6.58 R. And basically, this entire trade idea was based off the NFP, the pre-NFP manipulation, which is, I mark this out right here. You can see right off the -5 and the -4s. We ended up holding those. So we have go over to the 2 minute as well. You can see we also never got a close above this rejection block. So that's what the trade idea was based off of. And then hop down to the 1 minute. You can see we had a, I'm sorry, not the 1 minute, but you can see we had a 15-second inverse value gap that was somewhere inside of this range. But you can see also could have entered off of this breaker block that we ended up getting, and just ran straight to TP. My break even again was these lows, and we just flushed straight through it. So I was really happy with that trade. I actually took that shit, and I went to the bathroom, and I came back, and my accounts were half fast. So I was really happy about that. Otherwise, the rest of the day wasn't too amazing. It kind of got scuffed by NFP because, you know, but I wanted longs off open, obviously. Everyone's going to come into the day with a bullish bias. If you're not bullish coming into the day, you're brain dead. But, oh, another fucking thing. I took this long last night during Asia session from, let's see, 721. Where did we end up running to? 307. What is that, 530 points? Um, I actually bottom 600 points. Sorry, I actually bottom ticked this shit. I called it out in my Discord. It was based off of the deviation from this high here, this -2. Oh wait, no, sorry. It was from this on the 5 minute. It was from this to this, and then I had which one marked out? It was one of the retraces. This one, I think. Yeah. So we sweep the -3 right there, get the reaction up, and then my entry was just off of this OTE leg. I waited for a reaction off of OT, which we got right here, and then my entry ended up being like this, 721.50 right here. Stop loss at the low, 12-point stop. Kind of a big range for an Asia session, but I ended up closing at this 5 minute rejection block, I believe there was. Um, no, sorry. I had my like original like alert right here that I wanted to take profits at, but I was out doing shit. So I ended up taking profits at 69.50. So right here you can see 48 points with one mini. That was a really good trade. Um, but yeah, I could have held for what is now 600 plus points, which kind of makes me a little bit sad, but you know, whatever, can't control that stuff. Um, but other than that, there wasn't too much today in terms of the high time frame because it kind of all just got fucked up when we just ran up during London session. To start off the day, I was looking for something on the high time frame which we didn't fucking have because we totally just ran through. Where was it? This 15 minute. Here we ended up closing through that 15 minute right here, and that was kind of just like whatever. At this point, I was kind of leaning bearish on the day to take out all of these low resistance lows. Like that's like really good draws on liquidity. But you can see off open, we deliver off of what was this 5 minute gap down here with the intermediate lows, and so we delivered higher off of. There wasn't really much in terms of deviations there as well, so it wasn't really anything I wanted to take. Yeah, in terms of deviations, we had this. We had -3 that was right here, so kind of just in the middle. And if you marked it out from, you could do this OTE, which ends up being pretty much the same. Never hit 3, and yeah, we just pumped straight higher. There was a really nice long opportunity when we retraced into this 15 minute that I was looking at. This would have been the best setup of the day for me at least, and it's based off of this OTE that we have right here. Mark this. Based off of this OTE on the fucking 1 minute, and we have a nice gap right here with the CISD down here. CISD lines up perfectly with the 15 minute gap, and we end up sweeping that, perfectly turtle souping it, getting this displacement higher, and the entry would have been off of this OTE. I had my limit order set right here, and was running a stop loss at this low, targeting all-time highs. Just missed the entry by, what is that, 2 points or something? 5 points, but really close. There was a nice, really, that was like the best opportunity of the day, but we never got the full retrace. Literally went to 0.5 by like half a tick. So honestly, it was whatever. After that, I was like just sitting on my hands until we got the short opportunity right here. And yeah, that's basically it for the day. If you were looking at ES coming into the day and you wanted to trade ES looked good. I'm not gonna lie. I was actually peeping ES, and we did have a high time frame PD array right here, which was this hourly gap. And if you check the 15-minute time frame, you can see that it ended up aligning with the NFP to this low on the 5 minute time frame. It would have been, and right off of the 0.705 right below, I believe we had a -2 right there from the NFP highs. I could be wrong. Yeah, this 2.5 right there, and this would have been your entry if you were trading ES. ES is moving really clean today. Taking your entry off of this OTE, stop loss of this low, and you could have held that shit all day. But again, with all-time highs, it's just we don't retrace too deep. And the thing is that we can have all these lows stacked up, but the market is going to be irrational. The market will keep being irrational, and we will just keep leaving lows because that's what happens. We're going to leave lows for eventually when we get bearish news over the weekend, like every time. But that's basically my market recap for the day. Pretty simple, pretty easy. Not much for the day, to be honest, but yeah, if you are surviving these conditions, not taking trades for an entire week, sometimes you will be successful in trading, and this is like the biggest test personally I've ever had on my mental this like past few weeks. Obviously, I've still had good results. My students have good results. Some guy is getting a max payout 1 week into buying the Discord, and that is actually insane to me. I have 5 people that passed evals this week in my Discord, and I have a few more people that will be getting on Funded next week as well. And in terms of me, I'm taking a 7K payout today, requesting 1K from Apex on 7 accounts. Good stuff. Should have the top step fundings by next week. Need to have past those. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the day. I appreciate you guys for watching, and if you have any questions, comment them and check out the other videos. So